Hey foodies, thanks for watching. We're gonna make black cat cookies. This recipe came from my mother's Betty Crocker Cookbook for boys and girls, and I thought, what a great way to celebrate baking as a child and exploring these things. I mean, the book has seen better days. I should really get it repaired, but it's given me some inspiration. It reminds me of my childhood when I got my first cookbook, and there were so many great recipes in there, and I thought, let's give this a try and see what this recipe is like. And you want to start by mixing in your butter. So that goes in there, and that butter is softened. And you want to put in your sugar and your vanilla. Oh, and I want to keep one of these bowls because I want to crack my egg into a separate container just to make sure that I don't have any shells in there. And I can see there's no shells in there. And then I'm going to put my honey in. This looks so good so far. Okay. That's that, and we're gonna mix that up. So I'm gonna give this a good scrape and scrape down the walls of the mixer just to make sure that it's really well combined and mixed. If you don't have a stand mixer like this, you can definitely do this by hand in a bowl, and then just use even a fork and just mix it up. You want everything to be well combined. And now I'm going to add my flour, and I'm using Frankie's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. This flour works cup for cup with anything, and I thought, what a great way to test it with the black cat cookie recipe. And some salt and some baking soda. Okay, and I'm gonna mix that up. You can see that's nicely blended. So it's a little on the wet side. So what I've got some plastic wrap here, and I'm going to put it all into the plastic wrap, and then I'm gonna chill it for about a half hour to 45 minutes just to let the butter and everything harden up a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to work with. So I'm just gonna scrape off the paddle. And then we'll get all of this. Oh, it smells really good. Okay, so we're gonna put that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Forgot how sticky this was and how not sticky the plastic wrap is. There we go. A little bit more. This is gonna make a few cookies. There we go. Scrape that off. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up and pop it in my fridge for about a half hour to 45 minutes. See you in a moment. It's been about a half hour to 40 minutes, and this is firmed up perfectly. What's nice about just letting things rest for a bit, it actually lets the moisture in the dough get absorbed by all of the starches like the flour, and it helps it come together really nicely. It's still a sticky dough, but it's not going to be nearly as sticky, which is nice. So I've got some parchment paper lined baking sheets. If you just want to use a greased baking sheet, that's fine. But I like using parchment paper because nothing sticks to that. And then we're just taking a walnut-sized piece of dough, and we're just going to make little balls of dough, or cookies, essentially. And well, that one's a little on the big side, and that one's a little on the small side. So let's Let's roll this up, and I'm trying not to hold them too much. You can see I picked up that second one, and it just started to stick really badly. Okay, so I'm trying really hard not to heat the dough up too much, because it's just going to make them even stickier. That's looking pretty good. You can smell all the great flavors in there, especially the honey. It's a really nice smell. Okay, let's keep going on this. That looks pretty good so far. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a piece of plastic wrap here, and then I just lay it over top. It's going to wet my fingers. There we go. And I'm going to press down to create a cookie look. And I'm just going to keep doing that for all the cookies. You can see how quick and easy that is. Oh, that one didn't go quite as big as I wanted it. There we go. And I'm pressing this to almost a centimeter in thickness. So like more than a 1/4 inch of thickness. These look great so far. I hope they don't spread too much. They shouldn't, but we'll find out in the oven. I love trying new recipes. It's always so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna switch. There we go. And just squish, squish. So these are going to go into my preheated oven of 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for about 8 minutes. I'm going to check them a couple minutes earlier just to make sure that they're not overly baked, because I just want them to be lightly browned. See you in a moment. Seven and a half minutes, and they are beautiful looking. So right when you pull them out of the oven, this is when we start putting our cats on. So it says you want them to be hot, so I'm going to put a chocolate chip on each, maybe 2, just to get them melting. Maybe even 3. Let's do 3 for the body. Okay. And then we need 1 for the tail, and 1 for the head. Okay, so I'll just keep going. Because if I let them cool too much, then you'll see that the chocolate won't melt, and then we won't be able to make black cats. Oh, you can see them softening. That's really good. That's what we want. Yeah, and I'll put the tail there. And if you have chocolate wafers, that'll work even better, because like 2 wafers, 1 cut in half, so you got the tail and the head, and the other one for the body, and you've got it going. But I thought, you know, I don't have any wafers. I have the chocolate chips. I'm gonna see what it's like with chocolate chips and see how cat-like I can get my cookies to look. Hopefully they look like cats. And that's looking good. It almost fully melted. That's what we're looking for. If I have to pop these back in the oven for like 20 seconds, I will. But I don't think we'll have to. I think if I go along and do it, they should all soften up really nicely. It's interesting, I had another recipe for black cat cookies, and it was not like this recipe. This recipe is essentially a white cookie with a chocolate cat on it, whereas the other one was a dark cocoa cookie cut out in the shape of a cat. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. But then I saw this one, and my mom gave me inspiration to make this one, and I'm like, no, you know, I'm gonna make this one. Okay, so I've got my little skewer here, and I'm just gonna shape it. So there's the round-ish body, and then we've got the head. And let's give it some... I gotta look at my picture here. Okay, so I have to have pointier ears. There we go. So pointier ears. Okay, and then we've got the tail. So it's gonna be like that. And then it's gonna curve off to the side. That looks more like a bat. Well, so I've got a bat cookie. Okay, so let's try this one then. So I've got my round body. I mean, the ones that don't work, I just get to eat. So that's kind of fun. And I'm gonna flip this over and do this end. Oh, that's looking better. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and just make the head a little bit bigger. Flip it back, and we get our little points for the cat ears. Ooh, these trays are warm. That looks like a cat. I'm really happy. Okay, so let's try that again. So circle. Okay, a little bit bigger. There we go. And then I take this out. Nice big fat looking tail, and then one ear. Yeah, they're looking like cats. Okay, so I just stayed with this one fatter end of this skewer, and that really made a difference. Just have to make sure that I don't mess up the points. That one, it'll be okay. Whew. All that hard work of making these cats, I think I need to give them a try. I mean, I should let them set up, but there's no better time than the present to try your handiwork of a new recipe. So I think I'm gonna try this one that looks a bit more like a bat, but you can see the bottom, like it's beautiful. It smells so good. I can't wait. So I'm gonna try it without the chocolate, and then I'm gonna mix in the cat the cat. Let's see. Actually, no, that looks a bit like a cat. Like, I was thinking at first it was looking more like a bat, but no, like the side, it just looks like it's a little sitting cat. So that's kind of fun. So, okay. Oh, the crunch. It's like a really soft and chewy inside. But it's got that firm, crusty outside area. It's really, really good. The chocolate cat is good. It's a really good cookie. I mean, you can see 2 big bites out of it. If you're looking for this recipe or any other recipe, you can visit glutenfreeguy.ca. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. Thanks for watching.